Hey guys, this is Drakkalan bringing another Kingdom of Heroes Tactics War video. Today we have maintenance going on, so I just kind of wanted to break down the maintenance notes for anybody that hasn't seen it. I'd also like to say big shout out to everybody and thanks. We've hit 100, we've hit 100 subscribers, so that's a huge milestone for me. Definitely appreciate the support. I appreciate all the comments and likes we're getting on the videos. And again, anything you guys want to see, anything I can improve, just leave it in the comments below. Once we get closer to like 1,000, once we start getting serious, I'll probably try to start doing giveaways then. I know some other streamers do it. I'm not sure how to do all that, but we'll work on it, figure it out, and go from there. So today we're going to talk about these patch notes that were put out by CM Ingwe on the Discord. If you guys don't know, most of these games, most any game that comes out now, it's got official Discord channels and official Facebook channels. So we're looking at the Discord right now on the screen. That's what we've got pulled up. So this is going to be update 1.14 patch notes. The new features they're adding, right? They've got 3 of them listed at the top. We've got element-specific Towers of Arrogance. We have a new hero, Muse, and then we have 3 new costumes coming out. They've also made some balance changes and adjustments. Crafting changes, challenge mission changes, recipe changes, drop rate and amount changes. Kind of excited to see what these drop rate and amount changes are going to be. Like, hopefully it's something with Awakening Valley, because I'm not a huge fan of some of the stuff that drops in Awakening Valley. I'd rather just get Awakening pieces half the time so I can move on to something else. Anyway, we've also got improvements. They've got 5 different improvements coming out. Able to upgrade multiple runes at once. Guild raid changes. Expanded certain achievements. Updated the hero list menu. Skill effect guide UI in battle. They've also done new collections added because we got a new hero coming in, and they did upcoming drop events. A lot of people were asking where the event was going to be. I saw in general chat today or world chat on global server, but they didn't implement the event because they needed to do all this maintenance, and then they're going to put the event in. So let's jump into the new features. Right now we've got element-specific Towers of Arrogance. They're adding in 5 elemental towers: fire, water, tree, light, darkness. Each elemental tower can only be challenged by heroes of the same element as the tower. The examples being Tower of Water can only have water element heroes. I like this feature because it's going to reward people that put in more time. Those of us that have the larger hero pool, we're going to get more use out of those heroes. It's also going to kind of promote streamers and just the average player to go in and play with teams, use different units, build different units. So definitely adding in some variety to the game, which is going to be great. Unlike the element-specific towers, by clearing Adventure District 3 to 7 Conqueror, which most of us I think have already done. If you haven't done it, pick up some strong friends. I know I'm always asking for new friends as I get inactive ones. And my Ifrit can clear pretty much every zone by herself. You can attempt a tower for a total of 10 times per day. A powerful enemy appears every 10 floors and must be defeated to continue. However, they guard valuable items. Unlike the previous Tower of Arrogance, element-specific towers do not reset after each month. So I'm assuming this is going to be one of those kind of challenge towers that, once you clear it once, it's done, it sounds like. But it's probably going to be a lot more difficult than what we've already been struggling with in hard. I'm not one of the people that have jumped into Tower of Arrogance yet. I am almost done with the combination heroes, and like I said, we're going to go heavy rune farming, heavy arena, and heavy into the Tower of Arrogance so we can kind of try to catch up to people. If you guys haven't been doing Tower of Arrogance, make sure you're doing it every month. Jump into it. That's your best resource to get light and dark scrolls and heroes. Alright, so the new hero they're adding is Muse. We'll click on this image and pull it up. Don't think I can. Let's adjust the screen, see if I can't make that a little bit. I don't know if that's going to help you guys at all or not, or if it's just going to mess up my settings. There we go. Center that. There we go. Alright, so Muse. Acquired location, hero drop rate up, summon. So I guess she's going to get added in with Jahar right now, who is a fire priest. That is currently the drop rate up hero. This is a Nat 5, a fighter class, water elemental hero. Mike Thump is the S1, attacks with increased crit rate by 10%, goes up to 20%. Successful hits have a 45% chance to reduce the speed of enemies hit for 2 turns when maxed out. Skill 2, Climax. Attacks enemies within a target area with a high note that only Muse can make, knocking them back 1 tile. If you have more resistance than the enemy hit, this attack will be a guaranteed crit hit. Successful hits have a 40% up to 65% chance to stun enemies hit for 1 turn. So you an AoE stun at 65% chance. So basically, if you're trying to stun a team of 4, you're basically gonna get at least 1, if not 2 of them stunned almost every time. So definitely, that seems like a good skill kit. And if you knock them back 1 tile, that might mess up some of their abilities, or at least keep them from hitting certain heroes that you're trying not to have hit. And based off of So I guess we finally have a use for all these resistance runes we're rolling. I know I've rolled a lot of +2, +3 resistance rolls into my legendary 6-star runes. So I guess I'll be tossing some of those on her. Hopefully I've got some that are swift so that we can get her more turns. Skill 3, Muse guards her mind by humming. Her base resistance is increased by 10%, and she becomes immune to debuffs that increase skill cooldown duration. At the start of the turn, she gains increased attack for 2 turns, activates on Muse's first turn, and every 2 turns thereafter. So boosting her own resistance is pretty good, and being immune to debuffs that increase cooldown. You know, there's a lot of heroes. Uriel's one of the most prominent L&D Nat 5s right now for PvP, so they may be putting her in to help kind of counter those style units. Probably also going to help in certain elemental dungeons that we're going to have coming up with that new Tower of Arrogance. So, giving you extra resistance, maybe we can skip having resistance on one of our slot 2, 4, and 6 runes and just put it substats. And getting higher resistance in other units is probably not going to be that difficult. And then our final skill, Song of Hope, it's a leadership skill. Increase all allies' resistance by 29%, skills up to plus 43%. So, not too terrible there. Let's see, let's look at these new costumes we're getting. So, new warrior costumes, we're getting Gladiator Cyclops, if I'm saying that correctly. He's a Nat 4 water guardian. So, as you can see, it's going to add 15 defense, 2 accuracy at the cost of 250 tokens. I got a feeling that one may not be accurate. I mean, it might be. Maybe they're trying to get a little bit more money generated, but 250 for a Nat 4 costume doesn't really sit with what they've been doing so far. On the second one, we have Helena. That's also a Nat 4 water hero. Defense plus 15, accuracy plus 2. So I guess they're all going to be plus 15 defense, 2 accuracy. And then Berserker Caligula. I feel like that's a fire hero, if I remember correctly, and they're all listed as 250 costume coins. So it's kind of expensive. The costumes definitely look nice. I like the Gladiator set that they've got going on. All right, so now we're getting down into the balance changes and adjustments. And I know I saw some people very happy with this one. So we've got Lachesis. Skill 1, before fires magic energy at the target enemy and knocks them back 1 tel. Now it fires magic enemy at a target enemy and knocks them back 1 tel. If you have greater attack than the enemy, you put them to sleep for 1 turn. So definitely giving her a lot of versatility with an S1 sleep. And then you know it's wanting you to put attack runes on her, so build her charge with the attack subs and attack mains. Skill 2, Beads of Chaos. Before attacks a target enemy with Chaos Energy, this skill's damage increases when the enemy has lesser remaining HP. If the enemy is killed, Intrusion spell's cooldown is reset. And now attacks the target enemy with Chaos Energy with increased crit damage by 20%. If you kill the target, you absorb Remnant Magic Energy, gaining an action opportunity and resetting Intrusion spell's cooldown. So that has definitely been a huge buff right there, right? She's going to obviously deal more damage. They've made her a true attack hero. And getting that action opportunity, that's going to be great. You know, she's just giving her a chance to move again. And then S3, Intrusion Spell. Attacks the target enemy by firing magic that invades the body. Successful hits reduce the target's action gauge by 60% and reduces its speed for 4 turns. Successful crit hits stun the target for 1 turn. So that was pretty good, honestly, for a before. I don't know if they took out. So the change is attacks the target enemy by firing magic that invades the body. Successful hits reduce the target's speed for 3 turns instead of 4. Reduce their action gauge to 0. Successful crit hits stun the target for 1 turn and reduces the cooldown of Intrusion spell 1. So she's going to make herself faster with her S2, basically deal more damage with that boosted crit damage, plus her S1 works with that sleep and attack. So she's going to be a really good CC hero. And then especially with this S3 where she can take the action gauge down to 0%. And you're going to want to build her as much crit rate as you can get and as much attack as you can get. And probably put accuracy and speed in there because you want to get as many turns as you possible. And then have another unit in there to help keep her up. Right, a guardian that puts out a shield or immune to damage because she's probably pretty squishy once you put those runes on her. So I don't want to tell you guys to put everything on her, but definitely she's going to need speed, accuracy, and tons of crit rate and tons of attack. So looking like a pretty good hero now. Balder, this is a light hero. Skill 1, Hammer of the Divine. Attacks the target enemy with light imbued strength. Successful hits recover 6% of HP of all allies. Now it attacks the target enemy with light imbued strength. Successful hits recover 10% HP of all allies. So they just boosted that by 4%. So pretty strong. There's a lot of heroes like this in other gacha games. So it's just like a attack based healer. So S2, Purification, removes one debuff from a target ally. Successfully removing debuffs grants the target a shield for 10% of max HP for 2 turns. Afterwards, it is going to now remove 2 debuffs from a target ally, and successfully removing debuffs grants the target a shield for up to 20% of max HP for 2 turns. So that's definitely a huge boost. They've doubled the strength of the shield, and they've taken 2 debuffs off instead of 1. And then S3, Sacred Light, recovers 30% of a target ally's HP. Now it recovers up to 30% of the target ally's max HP. If the target is below 70% HP, you grant them a shield for 20% of their max HP for 2 turns. So I could definitely see this guy being used for some very strong Guild War arena stall teams. Right, if you came in with a Bruiser comp, build him as tanky as possible and as fast as possible, and just set him up to keep the debuffs off of your Ingways or other units. And Ingway, kind of debuffs himself anyway. So definitely going to make this a prominent build probably for PvP content. Alright, so now we're on Caligula. Ego Sword. Before it attacks enemies in a line, successful crit hits reduce the attack of enemies hit for 1 turn. After attacks enemies in a line, successful crit hits reduce the attack of enemies hit for 1 turn. Okay, all they did was increase the power of that ability. And then this S2, they've increased the power of it, and they've added some debuffs. So before it was attack enemies in target area, the skill's damage increases when you have less remaining HP. And then after, skill's damage increases when you have greater speed, so it's based off of speed instead of HP. If you have greater speed than the enemy hit, you inflict continuous damage on them for 1 turn. So they added the continuous damage and they changed the multiplier to speed instead of HP, and they just gave it a little bit stronger multiplier. Soul Strike on S3. Before, performs a powerful attack on a target enemy's soul with increased crit damage by 15%. If the target is killed, Soul Strike's cooldown is reset. After, performs a powerful attack on a target enemy's soul with increased crit damage by up to 40%. So it's going to hit pretty hard. Definitely want to build that guy with a lot of attack, speed, crit rate, and then take advantage of as much crit damage as possible. And, hopefully we can get some decent runes. And if we roll this guy, we'll test out some of these damage stats. Alright, so final skill, Hateful Soul. Caligula recovers 20% of damage inflicted as HP. If an enemy is killed by Caligula, he gains increased attack for 1 turn. Now, Caligula recovers 20% of damage inflicted as HP. Additionally, when he kills an enemy, he has a 35% chance to increase attack for 1 turn and an action opportunity. So that's pretty good. A little bit of RNG there with that 35%, but the 20% damage inflicted as HP is going to be very nice, so can't wait to see what some people do with him. Seems like he's going to be hitting pretty hard. Alright, crafting changes. We have challenge mission changes, increasing the number of free daily refreshes to 2 times. 3 types of crafting materials have a small chance of appearing as challenge mission rewards in the Tome of Altar Realm, the Jewel of the Nether, and Ancient Dust. So those are I was talking like they were realms, but those are the materials you use to do the crafting. Recipe changes. Ancient Dust times 2 is no longer required for intermediate rune crafting, which is great. It's an intermediate rune. Why would you want to make it super expensive to make? 3. Drop rate and amount changes. Rune Dungeon. Reduced Ancient Dust drop rate and increased chance to acquire runes. Total number of Ancient Dust acquired on drop has increased. So they kind of balance it out, which is great. I know some people were complaining about the runes and not being able to get enough, but that's going to be an ongoing complaint. We always want more runes. We want better runes, and we want them to roll better. But at least they offset it. A lot of these games, when they make changes to this, they just take away something. But in this case, they were trying not to take away anything. So they increased the drop rate of the runes, but by adding that extra dust when dust does drop, they're trying to keep it somewhat balanced out with what they already had. Awakening Valley, Jewel of the Nether's drop rate has slightly increased. Alright, now we got improvements. Able to upgrade multiple runes at once, adding a feature where a total of 12 runes can be upgraded at once. All selected runes will continue to upgrade until they reach the set value. You can get vibration notifications when upgrades are finished. Alright, so this one, that's nice. But come on, man. It's not often, even with as much XP farming as I do, and I take full advantage of the silver weekends we've had lately. I don't think I've got enough silver to do 12 runes at one time, all the way up to plus 12 or plus 15. I guess we'll see. Guild raid changes. Changing starting round for guild raid for additional attempts. Second, third try on the same day. Start from last round reached. -1. Change start from last round reached. Alright, so that's not too bad. You're just basically, instead of them taking you back one level, you're going to start right where you finished, which is going to just give you that many more turns to climb that much faster in the raid. So definitely a big buff for us, the player. 3, expanded certain achievements, expanded the maximum of certain quests and achievement. So sending friendship points. Alright, I guess it's because some people have started capping this out. I'm pretty sure I'm over 2,000 summons and rune upgrades. I have no idea what I'm at. Hero summons, hero promotions. Like I said, I'm almost done with the combination heroes. On top of having 4 6 stars, so I've made a lot of hero promotions. So definitely giving us more things to shoot for, and it'll be nice if they keep adding that in there, right? For the what will eventually be the veteran players once the game's a little bit older. If they keep increasing these rewards, it gives us more reasons to push more. 4, updated the hero list menu. Hero skill upgrade status can now be viewed on the hero list page. So, that's nice, I guess. I'm not that concerned about it. I do like the fact, though, and it's not a change to me, but it's always been there. In the upper right-hand corner, I guess I could blow this up for you guys, and then let me shift it. All right, so right here in the upper right-hand corner, you've got the 2 cards, and then you got the 4 square, and that is how you change. And I guess I need to minimize this back and make it normal. That's how you change the hero view, and that way you can tell who has runes and who doesn't have runes on them. It makes life really quick and easy, so you don't have to go hero by hero, one at a time, to try to find out if you've got a full set of runes or not, especially early game when you can't really fill everybody up yet. Moving further down, we've got 5, skill effect guide UI in battle. Skill effect guide UI added to the battle screen, showing skill effects that may proc depending on the stat difference of you and the enemy. Example being Muse, skill 2 climax. If you have more resistance than enemy hit, this attack will be a guaranteed crit hit. So that'll be a nice little feature that they add onto the screen. We'll have to see what it actually looks like. So new collection added. We talked about this already. I'm not going to blow this one up again, but yeah, you're just going to have a chance for more crystals. It's going to be Muse and Elagos. So you get both of them, you'll unlock the first tier, which is defense, and then leveling them up, skilling them up, and awakening them gives you more bonuses also, or more chances for bonuses. 2, we've got an upcoming drop event, the Muse drop rate up event, which we already talked about. They're probably just going to add that banner under the existing banner of Jahar. It says it's going to be right after maintenance and last for 2 weeks. And maintenance today should be done by 4 a.m. Central Standard Time. So it's a 5-hour maintenance. It's kind of long. Definitely interrupted my XP farming. I was hoping to finish up the heroes ahead. Not going to be able to do that today, so we'll have to hit that up tomorrow, and I'll make another video then. And as you can see down here, they're just saying, 9:16, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m. GMT, 5 hours. So that 9 a.m. time should be 4 a.m. time for us in the States. If you guys didn't know, I wanted to just kind of bring this up. They do have a Facebook page. So if you haven't been to the official Facebook page, this is it. Let's reset this. This is the Elemental Tower video. I thought I'd just kind of play that for you guys. So we'll blow it up. I mean, I guess we could pause each one of these sections and go over the teams they're using. But my guess is they're probably using a buffed up team, or they're just showing low levels of the tower. Alright. And you can see the time converters I was using earlier to try to figure out what time zones we're supposed to be in. But that's all I've got for this video. Again, thank you so much for allowing me to hit 100 subs. If you like these videos, let me know in the comments below. And if there's something else I need to show, hit me up. I hope you guys have a great night.